A set was created that would allow several doors to be attacked, simulating a common burglary type. The attack simulations were performed by members of the Peel Regional Police Tactical Response Unit. The purpose of this exercise was to see just how effective door security is under the current building code, and further, to determine whether significant security could be achieved at low cost. The first door to be attacked was installed to Ontario Building Code Standard Section 966, titled Resistance to Forced Entry. This door setup was to be the comparison standard and was seen as the minimum level of security used during the test. Based on current performance of doors that met the current Ontario and Canadian Building Code standard, a suspected weakness exists in the door frame. This weakness is suspected to be caused by the installation of the lock strike, installed with screws that penetrate no less than 1 3/16 inches into solid wood. Experience has shown that doors meeting that minimum standard will fail along the frame at the point where the screws are installed. Note the footprints left behind by the screws that actually determine where the frame fracture will occur when kicked. In slow motion, you can see how force from the kick is transmitted to the weakest component of the system, that being the frame. The frame fails at the exact point where the screws hold the strike in place. In this second attempt, a high security strike was added to reinforce the frame. The strike consists of a larger piece of metal with 6 offset screw holes, and it's installed with 6 3 1/2 inch screws penetrating into solid wood. Based on the performance of the first door, the prediction was made that this door frame would withstand the attack and that force would be transmitted to the next weakest point, which is the door itself. Damage was expected to occur along the door's edge. The door withstood the kicking attack very well and didn't fail. At the point in which it was felt that most burglars would have given up the attack, the door was then subjected to an extreme attack with a battering ram. The ram is a heavy metal device that weighs approximately 60 pounds and benefits from an interior impact weight that applies kinetic energy to the object being attacked. In this case, the door withstood the ram attack for approximately 15 seconds. In our opinion, this represents a significant increase in door security over our first door. It should be noted that when the door finally broke open, that the failure occurred as predicted, along the door's edge. A third door was then equipped with a high security strike and escutcheon plate in order to counter the fracturing of the door itself. This door was kicked for a short period and then attacked with the ram. It should be noted that the force of attack actually began to break the wall supporting the door frame. Note how the wall actually deflects approximately 8 to 10 inches, at which point the door separates from the wall and the failure occurs at the hinges. Unfortunately, the 2 by 6 inch wall, which was triple studded at the door frame, failed before we could assess the strength of the escutcheon plate. However, it's interesting to note that neither the door edge nor frame sustained any damage that might result in door failure up to this point. We believe this to be a significant increase in security over the Ontario Building Code standard door.